Good morning, Facebook. Good afternoon, Facebook, if you are in Eastern Standard Time, or if you are across the pond in London or Paris, because we have people actually tuning in from London and Paris, which is magnifique. I think that's the right word. Welcome to Allergy-Free. I'm Dee Dee Vicino. Today we're going to discuss baking because it's the holiday season. I got my holiday on. Life is fabulous. And baking is such a wonderful time to bring family together and friends together and have fun and play in the kitchen. Unless, of course, you have food allergies or gluten issues. Then it's not always, get my beverage, so fun. It can be tedious and worrisome, and you don't know what to use and what's to substitute for what, and you want to make cookies and cakes and gingerbread houses. So today we're not going to bake. We are going to talk about baking and what you can use to make sure that your baking is a success. So that's very exciting. There are a lot of things to talk about. Today we are only going to focus on flours and starches, and we are going to talk about eggs. Those are what we're going to talk about. So what you can do to substitute flours and what you can do to substitute for eggs. Next week we're going to talk about butter and milk and cheese, and we're going to sample some cheeses, and it's going to be very exciting to see what cheeses really work and what cheeses don't, and what cheeses will work for your family. But today the focus is flours. When it comes to flours, we have flours that contain wheat, and we have flours that contain gluten and wheat. Flours that contain wheat include whole wheat flours, spelt, kamut, and einkorn. Flours that contain gluten, now remember, gluten is different than wheat, and it's a combination of two proteins that really wreaks havoc on the bodies of celiacs and people with gluten intolerances. My oldest daughter has a really severe gluten intolerance, so she needs to be very mindful of those proteins. And those flours include wheat and rye and barley. So we want to make sure if you've got a gluten issue that you're staying away from wheat, rye, and barley, and if you've got wheat issues, you want to stay away from spelt, kamut, einkorn, whole wheat. But rye and barley are okay for you. You just gotta know your body and you gotta know your flours. That's pretty much it. So we want to choose flours that are wheat-free and gluten-free, right? To stay safe for the holidays if we've got those kind of issues. And there are so many of them. There's rice flours, there's brown rice flours, there's sorghum, amaranth, buckwheat, corn. Do we need to name them all? I don't think we do. I will put them in the notes at the end of the video once it posts. And you can have all of those flours there. So we're not going to go through that long laundry list, but there are a lot of options. And today we're going to talk about safe options. When you're looking for a flour, a baking flour, make sure that you check to see if it was produced in a facility that's free of the top 8 allergens as well as gluten. That's your best bet. I use a lot of Bob's Red Mill products in my cooking because they're easily accessible. They're everywhere. They're at Kroger. They're at Whole Foods. They're everywhere. But they're not made in a facility that is free of the top 8 because they do produce soy products and they do produce almond products. So if you have a tree nut allergy or a soy allergy, you may want to contact that manufacturer, discuss with them how those items are produced and whether or not you think they're safe for you. That's what I use. So that's Bob's Red Mill. We've got little props, Bob's Red Mill. I also have Bob's Red Mill, and we're going to talk more about that in just a minute. When you're looking for flours, get rid of that. When you're looking for flours, I prefer one-to-one measures. I don't want to make my own flour blend. I don't want to weigh flour. I just don't want to do it. You can, and we'll talk about how in just a minute. Bob's Red Mill, again, made in a facility free of 6 of the top 8 and free of gluten. One-to-one measure. I can use it, I can measure it just like regular flour. I can substitute it for anything in a recipe and it works out great. Also, and I don't have this product, but I do have this to show you. See, there it is. This is King Arthur's measure-to-measure flour. Same thing. It's equal measure. A quarter cup equals a quarter cup. A cup equals a cup. It makes baking so easy. So easy. This product is not as available for me. It's hard for me to find. I would have to special order it. The great news about this product, and if we had people in our house with soy issues or almond issues, is this flour is produced in a facility that is free of the top 8 allergens. It also is free of gluten, so it's super safe. Super safe. I have not used this product. I have read great things about this product. I'm certain that it is a really good product, but again, I haven't tried it. But it's awesome to have a flour that you can substitute measure to measure, free of the top 8, completely safe for your family. Wonderful, wonderful option. There are lots of options too out there if you want to make your own flour. Again, there's a laundry list of flours that you can use and then combine them with starches and gums that will give you a flour that you can use. You will have to do some weighing though because they're not equal measures. This is Hodgson Mills whole wheat flour. It is not 1-to-1, but it is free of the top 8 and gluten, which is awesome. Their facility is free of peanut, tree nut, milk, eggs, wheat, gluten, and sesame. So it's a really nice option if you're going to produce your own flour. What you need to know about producing your own flour is not all flours are created equally, and you're gonna have to play around a little bit. Make sure that you're choosing a gluten-free flour that's safe for your family and free of the allergens that are present in your family, because nothing's going to ruin a holiday like somebody having an allergic reaction because we weren't careful about the products that we're purchasing. So make sure that you're purchasing products that are safe for your family. Now, if you are going to make your own flour, and again, I am a lazy woman, and I don't want to make my own flour, so I buy the pre-made 1-to-1s. That's just what I do. But a lot of people don't feel safe with those options, and they want to make their own, which is great. So you take 2 cups of flour of your choice. And for every 2 cups of flour, okay, let me back up a little bit. See, it gets complicated. A cup is not a cup. A cup of regular flour, whole wheat flour, weighs between 120 and 124 grams. Now a cup of gluten-free flour, this is where your handy dandy scale comes in. Handy and dandy. They don't cost much, and if you're gonna make your own, you really need to invest in one of these little darlings because it will save your life unless you just want to play. And you can play, it's fun. It's just a little less specific. Gluten-free flours are between 120 and 160 grams per cup. That's a huge variation. So what you want to do when you're making your own flour is you want to weigh it out, and you want to use 124 grams for each cup. So when I say 2 cups, I don't mean a cup that you measure. I mean 124 grams times 2. So you want to weigh out 124 grams, put that in your little measuring cup, see how much that is, mark it down somewhere, take notes. That's your cup. It's not a true cup. It's grams. Just think grams. Think grams and you'll be safe. To that flour, you will add a starch and a gum. So what are your starches and what are your gums? What did I miss? What have I got over here? Oh, here's your starches. Here's your starches and here's your gums. There are lots of different starches. You can use cornstarch is the most popular. If you don't have a corn allergy, super easy, super inexpensive. Love, love, love cornstarch. It is what I use most in this house, but I experiment with everything, which is why you see some of the bags open, and because I don't want to talk to you about things that I haven't tried. You're going to use between 1/4 and 1/2 cup of starch. And again, that's something you're gonna have to play with. It's gonna depend on the flour that you choose. So your first round of making an all-purpose 1-to-1 measure flour may not be a success. So maybe just make a list and then try it and see if it works. And if it doesn't work, try again. And make sure you're writing things down and keeping notes so that you don't have to repeat the process too many times, because some of this stuff can get really expensive. This is arrowroot powder. I love this powder as a starch and as a thickener. I use it all the time. The great thing about starches and recipes is they are equal measures. It's a beautiful thing. It's an equal measure for all of the starches. However much cornstarch you use is how much arrowroot starch you use, how much tapioca starch you use, and how much potato starch you use. You can always also use sweet rice flour as a starch. I haven't done it. I've used all of these. I haven't used this, but I've read that you can use this in place of a starch. So go crazy. Let me know how it goes. I've got some now, so I'll try it next time. Maybe I'll let you know how it goes. Wouldn't that be great? So that's pretty much the recipe for making your own all-purpose 1-to-1 cooking flour. I just completely blanked there. What we're talking about, duh, we're talking about flour. That's the recipe. It's 2 cups, not true cups, but that 124 grams of your flour of choice mixed with 1/4 to 1/2 cup of starch. But you also need to add a gum. Not chewing gum, because that would be really gross. What, you can chew up some gum and stick it in your mix? Ew, please don't do that. Now, I have this in a Ziploc because this is xanthan gum, and it's really sticky, and it's really powdery, and it flies everywhere. And if I keep it in a bag like this, every time I open that bag, whoosh, I am in a cloud, which can be fabulous if you want to be in a cloud. I don't want to be in a cloud of xanthan gum because it's got this weird texture. You only want to use a teeny tiny bit of this, like just a quarter teaspoon, little bit. You can also use guar gum. I don't have a picture of that to show you. I'm sorry, I'm prepared. G-U-A-R, guar. You can also use guar gum. This stuff, let me tell you, it is not cheap. So you just want to use a teeny tiny bit. That's all you need. Don't use more. Keep this in the freezer. It breaks down really easily. And you don't want to spend a whole lot of money on something and use a teeny tiny bit and then you can't use it anymore. It makes no sense. So if you're going to invest in xanthan gum, this can be used as a thickener in sauces also. Again, teeny tiny bit, or you're going to be left with like a Jello sauce. We did that. We made green chili because you know it's hatch season, so it's the summertime. It's fabulous. So we bought our hatch chilies and we made green chili and we were so excited. And I wanted to experiment with my xanthan gum because I hadn't made a sauce with it yet. So we put some in and it didn't seem like that was enough. So we put in some more, and when that didn't seem like enough, we put in some more, and over time it was way too much. And we had like this jello-y, glutinous green stuff. It was just, the flavor was really good. The texture was really not. And my husband was really sad because he loves green chili so much. So anyway, teeny tiny bit. And then you will have your own one-to-one baking powder, baking flour. And then you can bake and not have to worry about conversions and recipes. And once you find, this actually is a cup of flour, and this is a scale right there, see? Once you get that ratio down and you've got it for life. So write your recipe down, keep it, make a big batch, you make a big old 5-pound bag or something, and then you have it always. Keep it in the freezer though, because it does contain that xanthan gum and you don't want it to break down. So if you make your own flour and you're using xanthan gum, into the freezer it goes. Just store it there. It makes life a whole lot easier. Talking too much. Eggs. Eggs are another sticky point, and people get really confused on what they can substitute in their baking to make up for egg if their family has an egg allergy. If your family doesn't have an egg allergy, you're done. We got nothing left for you. Everything's good, except I do have a special surprise at the end. I don't know how special it is. My kids accuse me of saying something's going to be a special surprise, and it's not much of a surprise at all. But I do have a little treat that I'm going to share with you, and it's just really cool. So you may want to stick around. If not, that's okay. Thanks for tuning in. Now you know all about flours. Fabulous, beautiful thing. Eggs. Most of the egg substitutions I use when it comes to binding, if you need things to be sticky, we're not talking about leavening, rising, that kind of thing. If you're using an egg as a substitute for chocolate chip cookies, oh, you can't see them. As I told you, there's a surprise. I already gave it away, but there's one more little special thing we're going to talk about. Chocolate chip cookies. I use flaxseed eggs, ground flaxseed eggs. And in order to make a ground flaxseed, it's really easy. You do, I have it written out for you. Look at that right there. 1 tablespoon of flax seeds or chia seeds. You can use chia seeds too. When it comes to baking, I prefer flax meal because the chia seeds are dark and speckled, and then you have dark and speckled baked goods. So when it comes to like cookies and things like that, I use flax. And you mix it with 1 tablespoon of water, and then you get like this gooey, see kind of this gooey substance right here? Isn't that fun? And you can substitute that for an egg, which I did in those cookies. And they're pretty good. 1 tablespoon of seeds, flaxseed meal, and 3 tablespoons of water is the equivalent of 1 egg. So you can do a very simple egg substitution, just like that. Easy stuff. Something else you could do, and I used to do this when my kids were little because they had egg and dairy allergies when they were babies. I shared that last time we spoke, and I'll probably share it every single time. So I couldn't cook with eggs for a really long time, and I used applesauce a lot. Now it will make things a little softer, If you like soft cookies, this is a great option. And whatever, you can use any fruit puree. You can use pureed peaches. You can use pureed plums. You can use pureed whatever flavor you like. Pureed apricots. Love apricots. Oh my gosh, so good. Peaches and chocolate chips. That's kind of decadent, isn't it? Anyway, so you can take a 1/4 cup of pureed fruit, and here I used applesauce. I used applesauce in cakes a lot when the kids were little. It made them so moist and delicious. And that's the equivalent of 1 egg. So a 1/4 cup of applesauce is the equivalent of 1 egg. This video is gonna post, it's live, so don't feel like you have to write stuff down right now. It's all good. It'll be here for you for a really, really long time. This is so funny, because I can see the camera, and there are little hearts going everywhere. So I think somebody just liked this, and thank you for that. It just warms my little heart. I appreciate it so much. So we're gonna put our applesauce down, and we are gonna talk about leavening products, because sometimes you need eggs to make things rise, right? And if you are using eggs to make things rise, you don't want to do this, and you don't want to do applesauce. You really need like an egg replacer. I have used this Allergy egg replacer before, and it works very, very well. I'm happy with this product. I thought it contained something. No, this is completely, yeah, this is awesome. This is a completely allergen-free, gluten-free, and coconut-free. So if you have a coconut allergy, this is a great egg replacer. The neat egg, now I have not used this one just yet, but it's supposed to do the same thing. So it's a product that I want to try. I haven't tried, but it's supposed to be awesome, awesome, awesome. And you just add a little bit of water and you mix it up. Same thing with this, you just add a little bit of water. I'm looking for I thought there was one that I needed to warn you about. I know I need to warn you about this one, but it looks like this one's okay. Chia seeds, yeah, this is chia seeds and garbanzo beans. That's all that's in here. Chia seeds and garbanzo beans. So this isn't gonna work like a leavener then. This is gonna be a thickener. I got that wrong. I should have paid a little more attention. So we'll put this over here in this pile. So this one is also a thickener with those chia seeds and garbanzo beans. And that's the same as fava. If you see a recipe that calls for a fava bean, it's a chickpea, it's a garbanzo bean, it's all the same thing. So it's all good. And fava flours are one of your alternative flours that you can use. Garbanzo bean flours, very, very like the same darn family. So that's really exciting. Now this is a new product that I just discovered. It does have soy. So you want to be careful if this is a soy, if you have a soy allergy. This isn't something to bake with. I wouldn't bake with this, but it's a great, just if you want to have scrambled eggs and you don't have a soy allergy, but you do have a dairy allergy. This is so funny, this product, because it comes in this little egg carton. Isn't it cute? And you open it up, and it's got this little bag, and you mix 2 tablespoons of this substance. Yeah, right, 2 tablespoons with a 1/3 cup of ice cold water. You whisk it up, and it's quick, man. You gotta move so fast when you do this, or you're gonna have like this clump. So you mix it up fast, it's gonna be thick. It might stick to your whisk, so you might wanna make a little more. Throw it in a greased pan really, 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 really fast. Scramble it up really, 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 really fast, and you will come out with this. Scrambled eggs. I hadn't tasted them yet because I literally put them on the plate, put the plate down, and came and turned on the camera. That's how late I was running today. But it tastes like an egg. A little grainy. And it tastes like an egg. Probably needed to cook it a couple more minutes, but I was in a rush. So this would be, if you're a vegan or you have an egg allergy and you want to make scrambled eggs for your kids, if they don't have a soy allergy, this is a really nice alternative. And if it was really awful, I would tell you it's really awful. Mine's a little mushy, but it needed to cook a little bit. Excuse me. There was something else I wanted to talk to you about with these little things. Oh, other things you can use in place of an egg. When it comes to leavening and rising, and instead of this, you can use this product, this Energy, which is great. You can also, and I will need to Google amounts, and I haven't done that yet. You can use baking powder as a leavening agent in place of an egg. You can use yeast as a leavening agent in place of eggs, and carbonated water. I'm a SodaStream girl because I drink carbonated water all day, every day. It is my beverage of choice. And I was going through so many cans of LaCroix, I started to feel guilty about the landfills. So I switched to SodaStream, and I love my SodaStream. It's awesome. There are lots of different carbonators out there. I just like this one, and mine's red. It looks pretty on the counter. I don't have a lot of counter space in this house, so we don't use that very much. But so there are different options you can use to replace eggs in your recipes, which is fantastic. And we're going to come out with, in 2019, we have so many exciting things in 2019, I can hardly even stand it. I want to enjoy the holidays, but I want to rush through the holidays because I'm just so excited about everything that's going on. And one of them is we're going to have a refrigerator magnet with all of this information on it. And we're also going to have a printable. So you can print it right online and have this at your fingertips, or you can just stick it right on your fridge and you've got all of these substitutions, and we'll have magnets for different things so that you don't have like a magnet this big takes up your whole darn fridge. You can have, you know, an egg replacement one, or a wheat replacement one, or a cheese replacement one, whatever suits your needs. You don't need to have every single one, that's just silly. And we're also coming out with our top 19 in 2019, so we're working on recipes and we're tasting them and testing them and building a little bookletty cookbook. It's not a big cookbook, it's a little cookbook. There's only going to be 19 recipes in there, and it'll come with links to products that you can use to substitute, so you don't have to even think about it. And it will come with the substitutions, so you don't have to think about it. Just really easy stuff. So we're super, super psyched about that. I did make cookies using 1-to-1 Bob's Red Mill measure and flaxseed eggs. These were the substitutions that I needed. I also used melt butter, M-E-L-T, hold up. I'm already giving away one secret. We're going to talk about this more next week. But I used a cup of melt butter as opposed to dairy butter. And this is completely allergen-free, no coconut product in there, none of the top 8. Wonderful, wonderful product. It's my favorite vegan butter. Love, love, love. And this is what I was talking about. A bag of Enjoy Life chocolate chips. These chocolate chips, they have chocolate and sugar. That's it. Now, if you have a sulfite issue, you're going to want to not put in chocolate chip and just, I don't know, have a sugar cookie. But these are free from everything. And they are so, so good. And I cannot even begin to rave enough about these products. And I don't get paid by anybody for anything. I have 0 sponsors, or I could say, let me thank our sponsors. Okay, done. No, we don't. And I don't want to take money from people. I really don't. I'll take your products. You want to send me some products to test and try? You just send me some products. That would be awesome. But I don't want to be biased in that way. So I don't have affiliate links. I don't get paid for promoting anything. I just tell you what I like and I tell you what works for me. So here we are. Enjoy Life. They're at Whole Foods all of the time. They are in Kroger during high seasons and holiday seasons. They're kind of in and out of the shelves because they're so popular. As soon as they hit the shelves, they fly off the shelves. You can also order online. They've got breakfast bars. They've got little cookies. They have so much stuff. It is amazing. And let me tell you, these people are the nicest people. Oh my God, they are so nice. I met them at a food allergy bloggers convention, and they were just so nice. And then they sent me the sweetest emails, and then they sent me some coupons, and they don't even know what I do. They don't know I do this. I just sent them a little note and said, so great to meet you. Love your products. They're like, oh my God, I'm so glad. Can we send you this? Do you want a coupon? So talk to Enjoy Life. They send you a coupon. Who doesn't want a coupon? It's so fun. So chocolate chip cookies. Here they are. These are gluten-free, free of the top 8 allergens, thanks to that vegan butter, thanks to Enjoy Life chocolate chips, thanks to 1-to-1 measure, a 1-to-1 or measure to measure, depending on King Arthur or Bob's Red Mill. And I haven't tried them yet. I've had them before, though. There's a little giveaway. I'm going to try them right now. There's a Toll House cookie. Don't even know the difference. And these are a little better than the last ones that I made. And the last ones I made for my family, so we went full out, full on. I can taste a little bit of the flax meal. And if you like flax meal, that's a beautiful thing. If you like, because I like that whole grainy taste, so this is perfect for me. If you don't like that whole grainy taste, just use the applesauce or pureed peaches. Now you have all the substitutions that you need. A lot of this information I got from Spoken.com. They also have an app. It's an awesome food allergy app. It's like social media for people with food allergies, and you can like chat with people, like Instagram almost, and Twitter, and get ideas. And they tell you the resources. My dog is whining in her crate because I gave her a bone and stuck her in there, and I think she wants out. We'll let her out in just a minute. But they tell you restaurants, and you put in your zip code and it'll tell you restaurants that are safe for you. You put in your allergens. This is a really, really cool app. I downloaded the 10-day free trial just so that I had a handle on it, and I like that app a lot. So I'm not telling you to get this app. I'm letting you know I got a lot of my information. I got a lot of my information here, and I also got a lot of my information from FAIR, Food Allergy Research Education. Love, love, love. Visit their website. They are a complete, fabulous resource. And that's pretty much it. You can bake. You can bake safely for your family. You can make really, really good 100% allergen-free, gluten-free goodies for the holidays. So exciting. So happy, happy holidays. Happy, happy baking. We will see you next Thursday, same day, same time, and we will talk about milk, butter, and cheese, glorious cheese. Yes, cheese. Have a great day and go hug somebody.